My name's Luann Picard. I'm the Department Chair and Professor of Project Management at UAA College of Engineering. Project management, in my opinion, is the art and the science of making ideas reality and going from ideas to outcomes. Particularly, it's being able to use resources, time, understand what stakeholder requirements are, defining scope of what you're trying to accomplish, and then bringing together all those resources in a collaborative way in order to produce results that meet people's needs and change the world in a positive way. I think I have always been a project manager from a skill set and a bias point of view, because I really like the idea of envisioning something that could be possible, thinking about how you break that problem down into smaller, more manageable chunks, and then organize and mobilize people to be able to get something done that the world has never seen before. I think sometimes people have an idea that project management is about construction or it's about IT. They have this idea that that's where project management is. But you can find project management literally anywhere. And a lot of the students that we have in our program come from very different backgrounds, and they're not even technical backgrounds. So people come from education, they come from hospitality, they come from IT, that engineering, and some of the more traditional things that people think of as project management. It's any place where you're trying to lead and drive positive change and go from a current state to a future state, and you need to figure out how to organize all of the people and resources in order to be able to achieve that outcome. Characteristics of a project manager: people who love to solve problems, who see an opportunity, either a challenge or an opportunity, and say, I can do something about that. And then they have the capacity to work well with people, to communicate, to collaborate and understand and listen and learn from their stakeholders, critically important. They also have the kind of analytic skills that allow you to take a big problem and break it down into smaller pieces that can be more easily managed, organized, and get the work done. And then to actually have the attention to detail. You have to kind of have that strategic vision of what you're trying to accomplish, but you also have to be able to get your hands dirty by going in and really understanding what's actually happening in the project, and be able to see that and be able to make sure that you have the skill set and the technical or the organizational skills and others to be able to ask the right questions to make sure that the right work is being done in the right way. So the ability to work well with people, but also the ability to make sure that you can understand how to do the work in the most effective way and be on top of that. You can't just say, somebody go off and do it and hope for the best. You actually have to have the ability to inspect that work and make sure that it's being done in the most effective way. So initiating projects to understand what you're trying to accomplish, planning the work to make sure that you've thought it through very well, then executing it effectively, and then bringing it to a close with the acceptance of the people that you're serving through the work of that project. I think that what project managers like to do is maximize project success, which is to make successful outcomes to elevate our world. And I really believe very strongly in innovation for purpose. So if you look at some of the biggest challenges in the world, I'm totally convinced that there's probably an 18-year-old sitting in this classroom or somewhere in the world that 10 years from now is going to be able to stand up on the world stage and say, I helped to rid the world's oceans of plastics. And I did it because I was a project manager, because they were able to envision a problem or opportunity, and they were able to take their knowledge and know-how and work together with a lot of people to really clarify and understand the challenge and problem and really do something about it in the end. And so I think that it is incumbent on us as project managers in everything that we do to imagine that the things that we do, the value we deliver, is in fact going to change the world for the better.